Hello everybody, welcome back all my old subscribers, and welcome my many new subscribers. I'm glad you all decided to join up with my channel, and I apologize for the nature of this video. The microphone that has given me trouble a couple times in the past decided to give out entirely, and I didn't find out till I got home. But I wanted to put something out there because it's been a little while, and I thought you guys deserved to see me riding again, and I could give you some interesting footage I captured. So as you can see here, I returned to Bouquet Canyon. This was a week or so later after the ride with SpacePod. I was on my own this time, and I was having a pretty good time here. I really like this road, as I've mentioned in my rides with the 300 I've been through here. This is probably my second favorite road out there in the Southern California area. I really like all the corners, and there's a little bit of banking in the corners, just a tiny bit, but it's a really fun road, and I can see why SpacePod likes coming back here all the time. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about, just give you a heads up, the reason I've been a little slow to upload and been a little slow to make new content is because I've been traveling a lot for work. I've been spending a lot of time up in Seattle area, and I'm going to be spending a little bit more time there before I finally get back to go to Southern California and able to ride again. One of the things I found kind of funny about spending this much time in Seattle is that it has a reputation for a city with a lot of rain, and it does get rain quite a bit, but it's not very heavy, and at least 2 weekends now in the last little while it's been raining much heavier in LA than it has out there in Seattle, which I find kind of funny, including this weekend. So I didn't really get a chance to ride this weekend, which pissed me off. I could have got something in the morning, I just didn't pounce on the opportunity, and the rain came back in the afternoon. Now a lot of you are probably just looking down on my avoidance of the rain, but hey, here in Southern California we get so little of it, you can afford the luxury of just not bothering to ride in it. I've done it a couple times and I didn't enjoy it, and I had a really close call one time riding up to this same area, Santa Clarita, a year or so ago on my 300, and ever since then I've been a little more weary about rain, and I just try to avoid it when I can, and I guess I did. I will say the rain has been good for Southern California. I know we're a bit of a drought, and I think I don't really have much footage of it, but the reservoir, or little lake up here that I'm heading towards right now, was a lot more full than I remember seeing it last time I went through there. So yeah, it's definitely improved the area a little bit. And one of the things, if you paid attention to those little shots at the very beginning of the video, I ran across something interesting when I got over to Spunky Canyon, which is where I'm at right now in the video. This is a tight little canyon. Some of the areas on this thing make you go pretty slow, and it can be a little dangerous because cars go through there a little quicker than they should, and I know I've heard more than one rider tell me they've had a close call when a car tried to go over the line, or if you see right there, dirt comes into the road a little more than you expect, and can be a little slippery, so you got to be careful. But as I got to the top of the hill here, I suddenly ran into a film shoot. You might notice I'm going a little quick, and suddenly I slowed way down because I did not expect this, and the cop car kind of shocked me. But yeah, they were definitely setting up some kind of shot here. The car's got cameras strapped all over it, and I got a better look at that a little bit later. After passing through that, I started to wonder if I needed to change my plans, because normally I would go to the end of this road, stop at a gas station, then turn around and go back through it, and back through Bouquet again, which is what I was planning to do. And I actually like Spunky Canyon better generally from the other direction. So I decided, after debating a little bit, yeah, let's risk going through the shot, maybe we'll see something more interesting. And we did when I got to it the second time I came through. I wasn't the only rider out there that day, as you can see. He gave me a little warning. Shortly after passing through the staging area again, I ran into something very interesting. I suddenly got transported to Harlan County, Kentucky. And that told me, for sure, something interesting was going on. I was on a set for Justified. I didn't quite recognize it at the time, but after conferring with my friend and checking some online sources, I was sure about it. When I got down to the bottom of the hill here, I found the police blocking the road, and it turns out they were surrounding what looks like a shot going on, because there you can see that car with all the cameras on it. The truck's even got some kind of rig on it. So I just kind of stopped, not really sure what they wanted me to do. After a short wait, they waved me through, so I took off and passed by the shot and got out of their way. So it was kind of an interesting day. Don't really normally run into that kind of thing despite living in the Hollywood area and working in the Hollywood area. So it's pretty cool. So I headed back to Bouquet Canyon for another fun run through there, and this car very nicely got out of my way. So really appreciated that from him. And I had a good time going back through there. It's a little more downhill, so it's a little more interesting. You got to be more careful about your pace. There's a couple corners at the end, sharp left-handers. You got to be careful you don't run too wide. But otherwise, if you're ever in the area, I highly suggest hitting up this road. So I apologize again for the nature of this video. I'll fix those microphone problems, and I'll make some new videos soon. So signing off, and I'll see you out there on the road.